Ray will be giving his 10th speech that depicts life with its ups and downs. He will share his life experiences in this icebreaker revisited. The speech title is Life is a SeeSaw. Thank you and looking forward to sharing the podium with me. Thank you.
Think about this. When you're born, you're like a blank sheet of paper. Nothing's been written on you. You're blank. Well, this was my life. I was born to a single mother. I was born to not even know my father. I was born told that I would be nothing. Yes, nothing. I was born, my mother had an 8th grade education. She was on welfare. I had to eat government cheese, milk, have these people show up at my doorstep during Christmas and bring presents. Thank God for those people. Because in my whole life, I thought I was nothing. And this is the life of being a seesaw. So I'm going to introduce you to the first part of my life, the downside of the seesaw. My net worth was less. My self-worth was none. I thought nothing about myself. I felt the same gravity that you felt when you gave your speech. I wanted to kill myself. They're always thinking that I was not worthy enough to have a father. That I was not good enough to have someone to love me. So I fought for everything. I fought. And that's when I focused on myself. I focused on control. Control equals stress. Because I was so impressed about impressing other people that that's all I focused on. I focused on comfort. So I got into deep debt. So I would go out and get work, but I would go out and get a credit card and go get those latest Jordans or whatever, the latest Polo, so I could fit in. So I wouldn't get those people to pick on me. But that same drive poured up into me when I had buck teeth. So I would go out and get a job, and I got my own braces. But it drove me, but it was still that point of being significant. That point of not getting yelled at. That point of not saying, look at him, laughing at me, you know? So I understand what these kids are going through when it comes to being bullied. Because I've been there and done that. I felt it. So that led to the thought of significance. So with that significance, I wanted to prove everybody wrong. My friend, this is the honest truth. My friend went into the Army Rangers. It's like, I'm going to outdo you. The whole purpose for me to go in the Marine Corps was for me to go over my friend who went into Rangers. I wouldn't have went in without being in competition with him. Because I wanted that significance. I wanted to show everybody else what I could do. Because it was about me and myself. It had nothing to do with anything about else. Because I cared about myself. So there again, I was trying to bring my self-worth and control, comfort, and significance. Which led to control equals stress. Comfort equals debt. So I'm still in debt now. I'm still reaping those rewards of the comfort life. Because I'm living in debt. The credit card, I'm maxed out, or I'm close to maxed out. So I'm still living through that because of the things and mistakes and choices that I made. And my thought of being significant. But then, my focus changed. And I focused on this triangle, this triune God that touched my heart and my soul and led to the pathway of my faith. God at the top, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. There's a 3 triune God. I looked at my God as my creator. Jesus is a person in human flesh that showed me so I could follow him to be that disciple. And the Holy Spirit that convicts me when I don't follow the pathway of my faith. When it doesn't come to being peaceful and gentle and loving and kindness and joy, having self-control, goodness, and long-suffering. Because these things are the pathway to my faith. And it's got me to where I'm at right now. I'm not lying. Like I said, when it goes back to the seesaw, I see myself slipping, going back to this control, comfort, and significance. And I see myself slipping. Actually, y'all were being a part of that. Like 2 years ago, I was that close to being homeless. Because this stuff crept back in again. All that stuff that I thought I had buried, because I wasn't focusing here, crept back up. So I started going back to doing things like I used to do. And that downward side happened when it comes to the SeeSaw of life. But now I'm happy and I'm elated because now I'm really focused on my pathway to faith, and I have some stories I want to share with you. I know I shared with you a little bit about that Needs and Dreams Foundation that I'm a part of. Wow, this thing happened on Sunday. It was on Sunday. We had seen this guy in September with his family as we were feeding these homeless people. On the side, he walks up and goes, can I get something to eat? We were like, yeah, sure, get something to eat. Little beknownst to me, he shows up Sunday and he greets me at church again. And I'm like, who's this guy? Here I'm about to do my pitch about, okay, I'm working for this nonprofit. You're probably a business owner, so can you come help with this charity? Help us. But lo and behold, to me, that was that guy in September that I talked to. And it just blew my mind. And then he told me his story. He goes, the only reason why I came and got that food is because my son was hungry. My son was hungry. That's the reason why I stopped. And from that, this man that was on drugs since he was 12 years old has changed his life around. He's building his family. He's in church now. He's found his faith. And like I said, I didn't even recognize him. I did not recognize this guy. So with me, when it comes to my pathway to faith, it's about love and giving love. Because my faith is centered about loving God and loving people. I love each and every one of you. I would die for you because that's what my Savior did. He died for everyone in this room. I don't know if you believe it or not, but that's what he did. If he didn't, if I'm wrong, then I'm going to heaven or I'm going to wherever, but I'm going to be loved because I know in my eulogy is going to be a packed house because I impacted somebody. So, like I said, life is a seesaw. So I can see myself creeping up and down, but as long as I keep my focus on this, I'm going to love and be loved. Toastmasters.